Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of the Nerd Herders. I'm Nick.
I'm Rich.
And today we're going to have a conversation, an award-worthy conversation.
Yes.
Because we're talking about awards, because it is award season.
Kicked off?
Yep.
Kicking off? I guess it kicked off a little while ago, but now the big ones.
What does Jay-Z say? It's award season, tuxedos for no reason.
I don't know, I don't listen to Jay-Z.
It's in suit and tie, his first. Alright, anyway. So, the Golden Globes happened just the other night, and the Academy Award nominations are in, so we were really in the thick of that. I think really leading up, we're going to have a few conversations about this, and obviously we'll recap the Oscars. One thing that I think before we even say anything about what we thought about the Globes, the nominations, what is your personal view on all of this? Do you care? What does it mean to you?
Like the award season in general?
Yeah.
I care and I don't.
Okay.
It's all, it's one of those, it's always nice to see movies you like and stuff get not recognized for their achievements and whatever. And there's the, we debate film and stuff for a reason. It's fun to talk with your friends and have discussions about, oh, this movie's better for this reasons, or this happened, and this movie had this, and this performance and that. And so that kind of all comes out, and even more people when award season hits, because everyone's like, oh yeah, like I saw this, and it's great. And especially when you have like, a buddy of mine's been throwing an Oscar party for the last few years, and we all get together and we argue about it, and we sit and you cheer, and like, I mean, it's an event.
And all that.
Yeah, you take your your votes, and so it's fun. I mean,
but in the grand,
it's our Super Bowl.
Yeah,
it's Film Geek Super Bowl.
It is, but at the same time, it is also something that we so frequently complain about.
That's true, because they don't know what they're doing.
And, I watched something like the Golden Globes, and as I'm watching it, I didn't need 500 Ricky Gervais jokes about how this means nothing for me to know that it means nothing, because that award show means nothing.
Yeah.
And for those who don't know, like, what the Golden Globes is, and it's amazing that it means, like, the Oscars are up here, and then it's like the Golden Globes are the next.
Yeah.
In terms of, like, public...
Like, prestige of public perception.
And all the Golden Globes is, and there were literally people who made speeches about this that night during the telecast, it's a group of anywhere between 2 and, like, 60 members of the foreign press, and all that means is they're, like, not American press that vote for this based on what credentials.
Yeah.
And it's a huge event. And people like Brie Larson, when she won, she was like, she literally said something like, I just the other day I was just meeting with you people, and now I have an award. And like, it just shows that, like, they just wine and dine, and if you're wine and dine well, then you're gonna get an award. Like, it doesn't mean anything.
I'm not saying her performance isn't deserving.
No. Hers is, but that's why also you frequently get things like that Angelina Jolie Johnny Depp movie, The Tourist, that was critically panned up for best picture, best comedy. Stuff like that happens because they want to have Angelina Jolie and and Johnny Depp come to wine and dine them, and so it's a joke. But and weird things win, and shows that have been on for a month win best show, and it's weird.
Yeah.
I don't take much stock in it, but I always watch it because I find it to be often an entertaining show.
And it's often kind of...
Because they drink and they get drunk and you don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah, because it's not as kind of wild and tight as the Oscars are, which have gotten a little bit looser kind of over the last few years. But it's like these awards don't matter. We're just going to sit here and hang out and get drunk and have a good time and tell whatever like weird jokes and crap that we do.
Yeah, and it's usually an entertaining show. Last year with Amy Poehler and Tina Fey, it was an entertaining show. In the past with Ricky Gervais, it's been an entertaining show. But I thought this year was awful.
Really?
Most of the things were not funny. There was a couple good bits with the presenters, but for the most part they were underwhelming. I thought Jim Carrey, it was nice to see that he could still be funny, because if anybody knows what happened in Jim Carrey's life last year, some dark stuff happened, and it was good to
I
see.
didn't hear about it.
Yeah, his girlfriend like killed herself and left a letter, basically. Like it was. Dark.
Wasn't he dating what's her name, the Jenny McCarthy or someone?
No.
Because they broke up already.
Yeah, I don't remember her name, but she wasn't like particularly famous. But it was kind of dark.
Oh, jeez.
And it was only a few months ago, and he was funny, and that was good to see that he still is able to do that. And there were some other good ones. Brad Pitt and Ryan Gosling had a really funny speech, but for the most part, it was pretty bad. And it was particularly awful that like they let people go on and on and on and on at the beginning, and by the time they got, and this happens almost in every major award.
Yeah.
But like, they get on and whoever won Best Actress had about 2 seconds. Leo won for The Revenant and had about a minute, and they were already playing the music, and ridiculous things happen. Like The Martian is not a comedy.
Yeah, I don't that.
And it's not The Martian's fault that they recognized it as that.
No.
It's not The Martian's fault that it won and that Matt Damon won Best Comedic Actor. But it's not their fault. But when you have those two separate categories, it's kind of disrespectful to the actual comedic performances, comedic films that lose to a dramatic film that is well respected. That's so stupid.
Yeah.
That they do stuff like that. And I mean, they've done it in the past with foreign films. They've had Apocalypto, which is an American finance movie, up for Best Foreign Film. That's so stupid. And all of that, especially them, when it's foreign people voting on it. So maybe only the American movie should be foreign. But, whatever. Anyway, Golden Globes, whatever. But let's talk about the Oscar nominations, because while they also don't totally mean much to me, in terms of, like, if my favorite movie of last year, barring the couple that I hadn't seen, Steve Jobs, was not nominated for Best Picture, and it doesn't change how I feel about that movie at all. But they do mean more because they're actually voted on by the peers, and there is a lot of politics to go into it.
Sure.
A lot of, this guy has never won, so let's give it to him.
Yeah.
That type of thing. But for the most part, it does mean a lot. So I have a bunch of like snubs and stuff that we can go through, but why don't we talk about some of the major ones? How do you want to do it? I've got all the nominees.
And we can go.
How about what is your biggest takeaway from hearing the nominations?
I'm very okay. Do you want to talk about just nominations right off the bat? I love the fact that Mad Max is nominated for so much. That
including director, picture.
I haven't done my entire top 10 and stuff for the year. There's still a few things I want to see, but assuming something doesn't change, or I mull over a couple other movies I've seen more recently. That is my favorite film for the year. So it's really cool, and it's not the type of film that would typically ever get nominated for anything. Maybe like a technical award. Like it's a big budget action, in your face kind of movie that. Yeah.
It's astonishing that I think it's totally deserving. It's astonishing that it got what it deserved in a year when, again, they can nominate anywhere between 5 and 10. They nominated 7, so it made it in to not even a full 10. It made it in 7. That's great. That's fantastic. That shows that we've come a long way. And as happy as I am that George Miller's up and the movie's up and whatever else is up, it would have been really awesome to see Charlize Theron be up.
Yeah.
And she is almost more of the lead of that movie than actually Mad Max is. But I think because it is a Mad Max movie, that could have been justifiably supporting actress.
Sure.
And instead, in the supporting actress category, it's not a bad crop of people at all. You have Alicia Vikander for Danish Girl, which I haven't seen, it would have been great if she was up for Ex Machina instead. She's amazing in that movie, but Danish Girl to me looks like Oscar bait. That's the kind of movie that I don't like, because it just feels, I've heard people talk about it, it's a movie that was made simply to be up for these things. Jennifer Jason Leigh for Hateful Eight, Kate Winslet for Steve Jobs, Rachel McAdams for Spotlight, and Rooney Mara for Carol, who by all accounts is the lead of that movie.
Yeah.
I don't know who you replace. In my opinion, I know we disagree. Jennifer Jason Leigh, that character, that role, that part, the fact that Hateful Eight is almost up for nothing, it's very surprising to me that she got in.
Mm-hmm.
And somebody like Charlize Theron could have easily been in there. In my opinion,
Sure.
would more justifiably be in that part.
See, yeah, like you said, I really like her in that. I think it's a well-deserved nomination. But yeah, I'm surprised Hateful Eight didn't get a screenwriting nod or a picture nod. Or
that's the biggest surprise,
or a
right? That
director
it's not up for screenwriting
Yeah.
of all things. I mean, I think I talked about it last week when we were talking about the Hateful Eight. Like, Tarantino literally said that he thinks that the best original screenplay award should be renamed the Tarantino, and here we are a week later, and he wasn't even nominated. It's crazy. And I mean, again, you can look at the field of what was nominated.
Now, we talked about this before you jump into that.
Yeah.
There is some politics involved in this.
Mm-hmm.
Recently, he has been vocal about a lot of stuff. The cop stuff, the Disney stuff, all that. I could see them kind of being like, just stay quiet.
Maybe.
Maybe. You never know.
It's definitely possible. That played into it.
God, that guy having opinions on things.
Yeah. What we did get, I think, is a really exciting group of original screenplay nominations. Ex Machina,
Yep.
Alex Garland up for an Oscar. Very exciting. Totally worthwhile. Inside Out. Maybe the front runner. Spotlight. Straight Outta Compton. And that's it.
No, that's
and Bridge of Spies. Maybe.
Okay. Now, that's the only nom Compton got, isn't it?
It's definitely the only,
or at least the major
one.
Okay.
And while we're bringing that up, I guess that's a good point to address it.
Okay.
This is the second year in a row where there have been an all-white acting nominations from Best Actor, Best Actress, Supporting, and Supporting. In a year where there was some strong African American performances, and additionally, the movies that are nominated for major categories that would be considered African American films, Creed, Straight Outta Compton, all of the nominees from those movies are white.
Yeah.
The writers of Straight Outta Compton are also white. And I mean, it's an issue. It is definitely an issue. It's like 2016. And I think that there were Michael B. Jordan delivers a deserving performance. Ryan Coogler delivers.
Now, Jordan wasn't nominated for Fruitvale, was he? Was that one of the ones that everyone was counting?
No, he was snubbed.
Okay. I know when these nominees came out, I know a buddy of mine posted an article on Facebook and was like, another year of all-white acting, nominations. And someone had commented on it saying, it's who had the best performance, whatever, all of, presumably I haven't seen all of the performances, but the ones I have seen have all been incredible, of the acting noms.
Right.
And, I'm sure Michael B. Jordan is great to go in there, all that kind of stuff. And he had that sort of argument, the argument of the best people still, what African-American or minority performances are better than those.
Right.
Can you name them? And he was like, well, that's the then that's really what the problem is. Isn't so much that there's...
But it's...
Like, it is
I
and it isn't.
disagree.
It is
I
and it isn't.
disagree with that.
Okay.
Like, I understand that it is an issue. See, the issue is, and I read I've got some stats here about Oscars that I got all from the Twitter feed of Mark Harris, who, if you're interested in this stuff, you should follow him. He is an Oscar blogger, and he's written some great film pieces, some books and stuff. But one thing he wrote was, from the nominations today, people that deserve to be angry: Ryan Coogler, Michael B. Jordan, Samuel L. Jackson, blah blah blah. And he was like, and as for the female side, you should be angry at Hollywood because there was nothing worthy of your talents this year. So on their end, yes. On the male end, there were great roles.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
For men this year, and And it's surprising, although I haven't seen the movie, I can't say whether or not it was deserving, but one of the biggest snubs of the day was somebody who's been up for most of these awards, Will Smith, for Concussion, and he wasn't up for Best Actor. And I don't, I can't speak on the movie.
No,
what we did get was Cranston, Eddie Redmayne, Leo, Matt Damon, and Fassbender. Again, I'm not trying to judge the movie before I've seen it, but The Danish Girl, everything that I hear is just that it's just pure Oscar bait. And there's been a lot of criticism of the way that they portray the character, the true life character that Ed Redmayne plays, and the way they portray it and stuff. And I don't know about that one.
If I can see it, I'm going to try to see it before the Oscars air. But I didn't see Trumbo either.
Yeah,
but
me either. It seems like it's probably DiCaprio's to lose, and those memes will go away about Leo never winning an Oscar.
He won Golden Globes, so those tend to be a little
predictive.
Yeah,
he went through so much to make the movie, and blah blah blah.
It kind of whether that's his best performance or not, it'll be like, well, here's your Oscar. We haven't given you any yet for a lot of things you deserve.
Now you've seen the movie. Do you feel like it would be that, or do you feel like it is?
I mean, I think his performance is fantastic. I think it's a very worthy nomination.
I feel like a lot of the times when that's what happens, where it's like, all right, here you go. This is our sorry. I hope it wouldn't be that for Leo, because I hope that they would know that he has another decade plus of making award-worthy leading performances. So it's a little bit early. I mean, it's just like even to go back to the Globes, like to give Denzel Washington the Lifetime Achievement Award seemed like Denzel's got like another 20 years in movies. Like, what are you doing? But some other things, some notable snubs. Ridley Scott notoriously has gone on and on and on about how he can't believe that Gladiator won Best Picture, won Best Actor, and he didn't win Best Director. How he thought that it was absurd. How can a movie win Best Picture and not the director not be recognized? I think he's just bitter he's never won an Oscar, but he was not even nominated. This movie was. I'm sure he's not happy. We talked about Tarantino not being nominated for director or writing. Neither was Aaron Sorkin, which is pretty surprising. The movie got a couple acting nominations.
Or Boyle, for that matter.
Right, or Danny Boyle. Some other acting ones that a lot of people talked about today, Michael Keaton not being up for Spotlight, but there were Rachel McAdams, Mark Ruffalo, the movie's up. Isn't Tom McCarthy up?
I don't think so. For what? For directing?
For directing.
So for directing we have George Miller for Mad Max, The Room. He's up for Spotlight, The Big Short.
Adam McKay for The Big Short.
And The Revenant.
Yeah, in there too. But so no Johnny Depp. Remember, it was only a few short months ago when he was the front runner. That movie is up for nothing.
Nope. I figured he would have been up.
Yeah, and then Carol up for major acting awards, but Todd Haynes held out.
So we've gone over Best Actor. Who's the supporting actor, actress, and supporting actress?
Sure. So, do you want to go over actress?
Sure.
All right. So, actress in the leading role, there's Brie Larson in Room.
Okay.
Neither of us have seen that.
No, I've seen that.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, she's fantastic. She's well deserved of that.
Cate Blanchett, Carol.
Okay.
Charlotte Rampling, 45 years.
I don't know what that is.
Jennifer Lawrence in Joy.
Which I've heard nothing good about.
Yeah. And however you say her name. Saoirse, I think is how you say it.
Saoirse Ronan for Brooklyn, which I've heard a lot of great things about.
I can't wait to see Brooklyn up for Best Picture as well. I'm very excited to see that one. And up for Best Writing from Nick Hornby. About J-Law in this character, Jennifer Lawrence in this category. This is her 4th acting nomination. She's only 25 years old. That's a record. Jesus. Meryl Streep, who holds the most acting nominations, was 33 when she got her 4th. So, Jennifer Lawrence, 4 nominations already in her career. Pretty impressive. Pretty damn impressive.
Yeah.
Some other things that I have like that. Kate Winslet and Cate Blanchett both got their 7th
Okay.
nominations. Brad Pitt and Leonardo DiCaprio got their 6th. Brad Pitt is nominated as producer of The Big Short
Oh, okay.
for Best Picture. Steven Spielberg up for producing as well, Bridge of Spies, which is up for Best Picture. He got his 16th Academy Award nomination. The Coen brothers, who are up for Best Screenplay for Bridge of Spies, are up, have their 14th nominations.
I'm so excited.
Also surprising, Bridge of Spies up for Best Picture,
Mhm.
up for Best Screenplay, up for Best. I don't think that's really it. Like, it's not up for Best Actor. Tom Hanks didn't get in. Mark Rylance is up for Supporting Actor.
Okay.
He plays the spy, but kind of a weird, like, we really like this movie, but we don't like it in directing, and we don't like it in this. And then the other big one that I wanted to mention in terms of nominations, garnering his 50th nomination, John Williams, for the Force Awakens score. That's nuts. But he's only won like twice. Like his batting percentage is not great.
He does
like
it.
50.
Every other movie is.
50 nominations. That's a lot of losses, though.
Yeah.
He's batting like .4. But still amazing. 50 nominations. Let's talk a little bit about, before we finish up, animated feature film.
Okay.
'Cause I know we're both animation fans.
Yeah.
So you have
Animalasia.
Animalasia, the Charlie Kaufman movie. Menino y el Mundo.
I have no idea
what that is.
Is,
Inside Out. Shaun the Sheep, the movie.
And
Marty was there. So I have to think that Inside Out is the front runner. It would have been really cool to have seen, like the year that Pete Docter's previous movie was up. It was up for Best Picture, and it was up for.
It won
Inside
that
Out is also up for screenplay. Like we talked about. Yeah, it won Best Animated Movie. Yeah, that would have been really weird if it had received enough to win Best Picture, or to be up but not win.
Yeah.
I loved Inside Out. I thought
I
it
did
was
too.
amazing.
I was a big fan of when Marty was there. I would like to see that win only just because I'm a Ghibli fan. I still need to see Shaun the Sheep, which I want to see. I love the studio. I love the work they do. So I think it's on Netflix or it's on demand. I think there's ways to see it now.
Yeah.
In any other year, I would say Inside Out would be the front runner, but all of the buzz for Animalasia is that it's just incredible.
Yeah.
Which that's going to be playing here in Orlando, I think, pretty soon.
Yeah, I'm definitely excited for that. I love a lot of Charlie Kaufman's work, very much. So, but Inside Out, I thought was one of Pixar's finest movies, and I'd be surprised if anything can top that for me. But it'd be awesome if it did. Definitely. Yeah. So overall, with the nominations, do I have anything else written down here? Not so much. I mean, were there any other last takeaways for you on these?
No, I think we covered, kind of most of when I went. I think, again, the biggest surprise for me is lack of Hateful Eight.
That's definitely a surprise.
Now, that was up for cinematography, at least, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, for cinematography.
I could see it winning score easily.
Yeah. Another one I was surprised about, Sicario. Not up for basically anything.
There's
it's
one
it's up for
technical award or
cinematography.
something? Okay.
Roger Deakins, again, with
It's gotta be
amazing cinematography, and he's going to lose again. He's never won.
Award, nomination.
Yeah, I mean, Emmanuel Lubezki is going to win his 3rd in a row. That's insane. He won for Gravity 2 years ago.
Maybe,
Birdman
we don't know.
last year.
We don't know.
He's going to win. Really? You hope not?
Okay. I hope not, because I think that Hateful Eight is deserving of it.
More than The Revenant. I mean, I haven't seen it, but I mean,
Sure.
even just seeing the trailer, hearing about everything they did with the natural lighting and everything they
Yeah.
went through in that, and yes, it's impressive that they use these cameras that hadn't been used in forever, and Hateful Eight looks gorgeous, but I mean, it's a lot of close-ups. I mean, like,
It's fair.
I don't know. I would be shocked. I'll say that.
I think the only reason I'm kind of like,
If anything, I would love to see Sicario win.
Sure.
so, I mean, it's definitely one of the best shot movies of the
Mhm.
year, and the way that he uses the camera and the lighting and everything to ratchet up the tension in it. It's amazing, and that guy, frankly, he deserves to win, and one day he's going to.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, just in terms of if I was making a pick right now and I had to put money on it, I'd say this guy's going to win his third in a row.
I mean, if I was betting on who probably is going to win, yeah. It's already kind of striking me as another one of those. Well, this is the movie that's going to sweep. And I hope I'm wrong,
That would be
but
unheralded.
it's going to be like it's going to hit this, and look, The Revenant. The Revenant. It's going to be another.
Alejandro Inarritu, if he sweeps the Oscars 2 years in a row, that's unheard of.
Yeah.
I mean, if it wins Best Picture and he wins Best Director again, that'd be crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't think that's ever happened. I know, like, Tom Hanks won 2 acting years in a row for Philadelphia and Forrest Gump, but, like, Best Director, Best Picture 2 years in a row, I would guess that's never happened. That'd be something. And it's funny because, you know, this guy, like, you know, he kind of fell out of grace for a bit there, and now he's, like, ruling the world. Alright, so anyway, we're going to talk a lot more about the Oscars as we get closer to it. We're going to talk, we've got some things planned, like looking back
some
at
cool
previous
stuff.
years, and stay tuned for that stuff. And is there a way that, you know, besides just subscribing, that they could find out about it? There's lots of ways.
There's lots of ways they can reach out to us. They can find both of us on Twitter. I'm at Rich Belson.
I'm at Stonks.
The channel's on Twitter at OABeer_official. You can also email us at overbeerofficial@gmail.com and find us on Facebook at facebook.com/overbeer. You can find us on YouTube by searching YouTube for Overbeer or Nerd Herders. Or if you're on Facebook, you can click the video and it will take you to your YouTube page. But I don't have a custom YouTube URL to give you yet because we need 100 subscribers to do that. So please, 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 if you like these videos and like what we do, share these with your friends and subscribe to our channel. It would be greatly appreciated. If you want to leave some comments, reach out to us. What do you think of the Oscar nominations? What do you feel is missing out on, or what's missing from it? I think that's going to be it. So until next time, we'll see you guys later.